Lives of TikTok found me. Oh, this is going to be so fun.
It is not my fault that you were afraid of me, but it is your fault that it was upon me to find any parts that I could possibly use.
Alright guys, so I stumbled across a TikTok from an interesting individual who, honestly, I don't know exactly what they identify as. I do know that they are transgender. However, I don't know if they're non-binary, transgender man, transgender woman. I have no clue whatsoever what this person claims to identify as, okay? But what I do know is that they put a video out on TikTok that, again, I found to be interesting, as they claim that excluding trans people from your dating preferences, if you say that you like women, right? For example, if I say I like women, then, you know, if I don't want to date a trans woman, then therefore I am transphobic. Or if I say I like men and I don't want to date trans men, then therefore I'm transphobic. Yeah, excluding trans people from your dating preferences is transphobic. Now, I want you guys to take a look at their video and their argument. Take a look.
All right, I will assume that you asked this question in the way that you really want to learn. So I will explain all the ways that it is okay. Let's say that you're attracted to women. Well, if you're attracted to women, then you're attracted to cis women, trans women without bottom surgery, and trans women with bottom surgery. If you're attracted to VJ, then you could be attracted to a cis woman, a trans man without bottom surgery, a trans woman with bottom surgery, or a non-binary person, which, depending on their assigned gender at birth, having or not having had the surgery. But it is that exclusion that makes it transphobic. So, if you say that you like women and you like VJ, then that would mean that you're attracted to cis women and trans women who have had bottom surgery. It is just that exclusion that makes it transphobic. You can have a genital preference, but to exclude trans people is transphobic.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That terminology you use, half of it I really didn't even understand. Okay, I had no clue what they were actually saying. All I know is what they're saying is that regardless of your preference for genitals, right? What genitals you prefer, which I've never heard it phrased. I've never heard it framed like that, right? I've never heard that type of framing. Regardless of your genital preference, regardless of that, right? If you choose to exclude trans people, then therefore you are transphobic, right? And listen, while we're on the topic of genital preference, I'm not necessarily sure, okay? Even if, you know, as a man, okay, let's say, man, I prefer the female genitalia, okay? Vagina, okay? I'm not necessarily sure if a trans woman, even if they got the surgery, okay? I'm not even sure if that vagina is the exact same as a biological woman, okay? I'm not necessarily sure if it has the same functionalities, okay? I don't think that's how it works. So even if I have a preference for a certain genitalia, I don't think surgery can replicate that to the point where I personally would be satisfied. But again, I have not had what they call the trans experience. So it's impossible for me to say, right? It's impossible for me to say. I'm just saying, I don't think the whole general preference thing applies even when it comes to trans people, because it's not the same. Surgery cannot replicate nature, okay? Surgeons are good, but they ain't that good, at least not yet. But with that being said, what I don't understand, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this video is not even about the whole trans thing. It's a follow-up on a video I did about Dr. Umar Johnson criticizing LeBron James and his son because LeBron James' son went to prom with a white girl, okay? And I said in that video, I really don't understand people who care about who other people date. I really don't. Okay, and with that being said, I really don't understand people who want to label people as racist or a phobe or whatever because they don't want to date somebody, right? They don't want to date a certain group of people. I really don't understand it. I don't get it. right? I think people have the right to exclude whoever they want from their dating preferences and not be called a racist or homophobic or, transphobic or fat phobic or whatever, right? I mean, for example, okay, as a black person, as a black man, there are plenty of women that I've come across that say, hey, I don't want to date black men. I just don't date black men, okay? And me personally, I don't take it as an insult. I don't cry about it. I don't whine about it. I don't get butthurt. I just say, hey, listen, I understand your preference. It is what it is. Do you? But do I think that person is racist because of that? No. Okay, because everybody has something that they're attracted to, right? Everybody has a preference in regards to what they're attracted to, who they want to be with, who they like to sleep with. And I'm not a person that's going to sit here and judge somebody and call them racist just because they choose to discriminate against people based off their race, their genitalia, their trans status, how big they are, how skinny they are, what they look like. I really don't care, okay? Because again, we accept that, there's certain things that it's okay to exclude people over when it comes to dating, right? For example, if you don't like somebody's personality, you're not called a blank phobe or whatever, right? Because you don't like somebody's personality that's more, I don't know, extroverted or outgoing or adventurous or whatever, right? We don't call people, names and try to shame them for it. So why should we do that even when it comes to people excluding people from who they date over other characteristics, right? Again, like skin color or, genitalia or trans status or whatever, right? I am a very, very, very hardcore believer in people being able to discriminate against whoever they want to discriminate against in regards to who they want to be with, who they want to date. And you should not be shamed for discriminating against whoever you want to discriminate against when it comes to dating, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're the person that has to be in a relationship with that person, go out on dates with that person, spend time with that person, sleep with that person, get married to that person, not the people that's criticizing you for it, okay? So you should be able to do that without being criticized, okay? And the people who are criticizing people because they exclude certain groups of people from their dating preferences, those people are the ones with issues, right? They have self-esteem issues. They got problems they need to work out, okay? But with that being said, I'm at the point where I would just happily accept the label as transphobe, right? Because it seems like if you just don't agree with, the far left or, transgender people on things like, biological men competing against biological women in sports or, kids being able to transition and, things like, again, dating preferences, being able to exclude trans people from dating preferences, they're just going to call you a transphobe, right? If you are proud to be a biological woman, you are a transphobe, okay? So because of that, I'm just going to just accept the label of transphobe, right? If excluding transgender people from my dating preferences is transphobic, then I guess I'm just a transphobe, right? I'm just gonna proudly wear that label just as proudly this person is wearing all the woke buttons under the rainbow, right, on their jacket, right? That is what I'll do, right? That's just what I'll do. I'll just happily accept the label. I'm just a transphobe. I guess I am a transphobe, right? And I just got to live with it and accept it, and I'm not going to fight against it anymore, right? I'm not fighting against the label. I guess I'm just transphobic, right? If that's what it comes down to. Because it seems like anybody that doesn't agree with them, okay, or want to adopt their lifestyle 100%, right, you're a transphobe. It'll get to the point where if you don't identify as trans, then you're a transphobe. So it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.